today on 15 on 15.
The fourth addition to Aruba's fleet of downtown trams arrives to the island. Plus, Oscar Sunday is now behind us, and we have got all of the highlights on this event. And the Travel Channel discovers Aruba's rugged side. Thank you for joining us on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's get started with our latest local news topics. This week, Aruba received its fourth double-decker tram. This means of transportation has slowly become an iconic feature of the renovated downtown area. A great way to explore the capital of Aruba is by streetcar. These hydrogen-powered vehicles depart at the cruise ship terminal to take visitors and locals for a scenic inner-city loop. This week, the fourth addition to the tram fleet arrived to the island, and this is the second double-decker Tram has received, and it features Aruba's shield and a red exterior. Upon the arrival of the fourth addition to the Tram fleet, the tram was brought to its main station at the cruise ship dock for inspection. The tram system was first introduced in 2013 as a form of transportation that guarantees a steady flow of traffic in the downtown area, including a boost in sales for its vendors. This project also contributes towards the island's sustainable goal for 2020. We can even recall that this downtown trolley was featured by world-renowned travel journalist Peter Greenberg earlier this year.
I jumped on a battery-powered tram, the first of its kind in the Caribbean, with Aruba's Prime Minister, Mike Iman.
So is this Aruba's first train?
This is, well, like 100 years ago, we had some rail transportation.
But then it went away.
That went away. Yes.
So this is the first real train transportation,
This
if you
is
will.
the hill, and it's a light train and fits within our concept of a sustainable development for Aruba.
How do you define sustainable?
For us, it is reducing everything that has to do with utilizing crude and oil products, and focusing a lot on wind and sun energy. We already have 20% of our total capacity is based on windmill farming we have. By 2020, we're going for 100%.
Currently, these trams carry over 350,000 passengers yearly, which for the most part are cruise ship visitors. The official debut of this double-decker tram will be made over the course of this week, along with its manufacturer Alvaro Avila from California. Moving forward, the Canadian-based marine research company Deep Quest Expeditions was recently on the island to discuss a variety of projects they would like to conduct here on the island. One of their top priorities is to film an educational series for the grade school kids named Awesome Oceans. Ken Feigelman is a marine biologist and ocean explorer from Montreal, Canada. He is currently on the island with his team to discuss a variety of underwater projects to research and film right here in Aruba. This group is hoping to bring a whole new kind of tourism to the island, mostly scientists and biologists which visit for ecotourism purposes.
We're going to encourage marine scientists from Canada and around the world to come to Aruba to conduct research and experimentation on everything from coral reefs to the construction of artificial reefs to the propagation of new coral reefs and so on and so forth. So this will be a new type of tourism for the island where scientists and their students and aspiring scientists come to help on the island to do work. I guess it's an advanced form of what we call ecotourism, and at Deep Quest we would like to spearhead this for Aruba.
Their main project will be to film a children's educational TV show in the waters of Aruba to educate grade schoolers around the globe about marine life.
One of our major projects we're doing, which is going to be on YouTube initially, is an educational series for kids and their families called Awesome Oceans 2.0. If you go on YouTube right now, you can see a pilot, a 3-minute, not a pilot, a promo, 3-minute promo about Awesome Oceans 2.0. I'm very pleased to say officially today that the pilot episode, the initial episode for Awesome Oceans 2.0 will be filmed primarily here in Aruba later on this year. I'm also pleased to say that Aruba will now be enunciated as our official base of operations in the Caribbean region for Deep Quest 2 expeditions.
Each episode will feature Professor Phineas, a Muppet-like character, and a marine biologist named Miss Cheryl and their sea life companions.
It will be broadcast in 3 languages, English, French, and Spanish. and each episode will be 15 or 20 minutes long. Every episode will be different, okay, whether it deals with, one episode might deal with sharks and their cousins, whales and their cousins, sea turtles, coral reefs, so on. The pilot episode will be not a mishmash, but a melange, a little bit of everything, showing the public what the proposed series is all about. And the bulk of that will be filmed here in, around, and under Aruban waters.
For more information on this project or to view a pilot on this children's series, you can visit deepquestexpeditions.com. We'll be back with more English news after a word from one of our sponsors. The Academy Award winners, best dressed, and overall highlights of the night next on 15 on 15. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. On Sunday night, Hollywood celebrated its most important night in film, the Academy Awards. During the course of this evening, the movie industry's biggest stars, directors, producers, and musicians were present. The night was full of glitz and glamour and surprises, but the Oscar is so white controversy most definitely took center stage. Our partners at NBC Today's show bring you all of the highlights and details of this big night. Check it out.
Golden Boy, Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio finally captured his elusive first Oscar, winning Best Actor for The Revenant.
Let us not take this planet for granted. I do not take tonight for granted. Thank you so very much.
The Frontier epic also grabbed Best Director, making it back-to-back wins for Alejandro Iñárritu. But the night's top honors went to Spotlight, which won Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay.
This film gave a voice to survivors, and this Oscar amplifies that voice.
Critics' favorite, Brie Larson, won Best Actress for Room.
Thank you to the moviegoers. Thank you for going to the theater and seeing our films.
But the night's biggest surprise came in Best Supporting Actor with Sentimental Pig, Sylvester Stallone losing out to Mark Rylance in Bridge of Spies.
I want to just say thank you to my fellow nominees. I don't know how they separate my acting from your glorious acting in these wonderful films that you're in.
Host Chris Rock took on the Oscars so white controversy immediately and often.
Well, I'm here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards.
Alternating between punchlines and poignancy for his opening monologue.
Is Hollywood racist? You're damn right. We want opportunity. We want the black actors to get the same opportunities.
Numerous skits throughout the show also tackled the lack of diversity, with Rock getting help from fellow comedians like Tracy Morgan in a skit recasting this year's films with black actors.
I'm a Danish girl. This Danish is good, girl.
The night also featured cameos for Minions, Droids,
Actually, I do not look like him. He happens to look rather like me.
Toys,
To infinity and beyond!
and even the Vice President,
I'm the least qualified man here tonight.
who introduced a powerful performance by Lady Gaga. Highlighting victims of sexual assault.
Overall, Mad Max Fury Road took the most awards of the night, and Leo's win became the most tweeted about Oscar moment in history. Presenter Chris Rock also opened the floor at the Oscars to fundraise for Girl Scouts. The host brought out his daughters and asked the audience to buy a box of cookie because, well, they can afford it. The star comedian Chris Rock took advantage of his prominent position on stage during the Oscars to fulfill his fatherly duties by fundraising for his daughter's Girl Scout troop, with a captivated audience of Hollywood's richest.
Millionaire pockets, and I want you to buy some of my daughter's Girl Scout cookies. Look at my babies up there. Are you gonna deny my princesses some cookies? All right, Tina Fey, get that money, girls. Make that money, give Tina Fey, right there. Oh, Charlize Theron, yes. Matt Damon, yes, okay, you get him. Leo, you made $30 million, come on.
Later in the evening, it was revealed that Chris Rock's efforts earned his daughter's Girl Scout troop a grand total of $65,243. We'll be back with more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 TV after a quick commercial break. After the break, Travel Channel's The Trip features Aruba in a Caribbean sweepstake. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. Recently, Travel Channel's weekly TV show The Trip 2016 debuted their first episode right here in Aruba. This series forms part of a traveler's sweepstakes to win an all-inclusive trip to a Caribbean island. On past shows, we have shown you a sneak peek of this show, and here is part 2 of The Trip 2016 in Aruba.
This is The Trip 2016, a 5-island, $100,000 all-expenses-paid dream getaway that you can enter for a chance to win. I'm currently on one of those islands, Aruba, and I'm heading east toward Boca Prince Restaurant. This place feels like it's at the end of the earth, on the eastern edge of the Aracac National Park. And as I travel deeper into it, I gotta say, this does not look like a traditional Caribbean island.
Wow, how crazy is that?
I mean, cactus, desert, it's alien but beautiful. Mars-like terrain crashing into turquoise Caribbean Ocean. And this is where I'm meeting my guide and island expert. I'm hoping he can show me more about this unexpected side of Aruba.
I have to say, if you blindfolded me and brought me here and gave me 100 guesses as to where I was, I don't think Aruba would be on the list. How is it that I'm sitting in one of the islands of the Caribbean and yet I'm looking at a cactus and desert dunes?
Well, it's basically because we're so low down into the Caribbean, we don't get as much rainfall as the islands that are further up north. This whole area where we're sitting in, geologically, is the oldest part of the island. When you're by the hotels and all those things, you're in the developed world.
Right.
You come in the back here, you come and get to know the real, true Aruba.
I'm sold. But enough talk. I need to see some of this preserved history for myself. And just a short drive away from Boca Prince, Julio takes me underground, where signs of Aruba's ancient native culture are literally written on the walls.
Wow, look at this place.
All right, this is the Cave Fontaine. This was like a sacred place for them.
I can certainly see this being a sacred or ceremonial cave. You know, it has this almost kind of a cathedral look to it. You know, you've got these
stalactites and stalagmites.
Yeah, kind of forming pillars. Yeah. It's really, really stunning in here.
Yeah.
I was not expecting this at all. I mean, driving down Main Street Aruba, you would never think that there were paintings and history like this just a short drive down the coast. There really is a hallowed ground feel to this cave. It's a sense of connection to the past that you can only get when you get up close to the history of a place. And the ancient desert of Aracac seems to be full of old spirits and haunted beauty. Like this place, a beach once considered sacred by the ancient Arawak natives, and you can see why.
Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending Aruba topics. Be sure to like our 15 on 15 Facebook and Instagram page for all of your latest news updates. Also, don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 10:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See ya then.